Welcome back to the Atlas Masterclass. Today we're in Chile and we're making a delicious dish called Ajiaco. And what it is it's a soup, and I'm doing a vegetarian version. When I tried this last time when I was in Santiago, the version I did contain some beef, and it's traditionally almost like a peasant's dish. It's for breakfast. It's quite a unique dish. And I was downtown in the markets, 7 a.m, eating this warm, delicious bowl of salty goodness with all the ingredients I've got in front of it. So I wanted to keep this dish vegetarian to try and sort of play around with the idea of it and give show some of our vegetarian diners what great Chilean food is all about. But this one, I thought I'd get play around with it. I've got a little bit of a fun idea using some Parmesan as well, which is going to really amp it up and take it to that level. And then there is other versions of Ajiaco across the continent of South America. In Colombia, it's very common as well. It's different to this one, but it does have that it's got a similar name and also probably some sort of similar ingredients as well. So what I've got some diced or very finely chopped celery, very finely chopped carrot, and very finely chopped onion. So they're going to be the first three things I'm cooking with. So you get those sweating off in some oil, and then we've got some potato here. So I've just diced that potato, so around 2 centimeter dice. Then I've got some sweet potato that I just peel that and dice that as well. And of course, all our vegetables are washed before we're dicing. With the avocado, I've just sliced that long way. So avocado in a soup, I know it sounds really weird, but on top, it just adds the creaminess to the soup. And there's also some sour cream, which it really brings it all to life. So we've got the sour cream here. Then I've got some corn. So the corn will go in last just to cook through. We've got some coriander. So the coriander, I like to stir that in, and it just goes green through the soup, and you can really see them all floating, and it really gives it a sort of magical, really fresh punch. And I love the flavor of coriander through a soup. And then we've also got some Parmesan here, so grated Parmesan. That will go in, and that Parmesan's almost to be used like salt. So you're not trying to necessarily melt it, you just want it to go a bit stringy in the soup. And it's inspired by that sort of Italian idea of when you cook with the rind of the Parmesan, that just adds so much flavor. But I thought we'd actually use some Parmesan, which just helps to create a bit of texture and a bit of mouthfeel and give that saltiness that it may have if you were to use beef or another item. Then I've also got some capers, which is another salty punch. So we'll get using those as well. So to get started, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to get this on first. So splash of oil into my pan. I've preheated this pan, and then I go straight in with my onion, celery, and carrot. And then once I've got those in, I'm going to let them sweat for about 5 to 10 minutes, just getting a little bit of color on them. Oh, sorry, no color on them, letting them sweat until they're just cooked and giving off their beautiful flavor. And then I'm going to start by adding some water, the potatoes, cook the potatoes, get the corn in, season, Parmesan, and then enjoy. So we'll just wait about 5 to 10 minutes and we'll check back in to see how this is going. So now it's been about 10 minutes. This all started to sweat off really nicely. The carrot's cooked, the onion's starting to be nice and translucent. So now I'm going to add in our water. So it's 400 milliliters per person. So I'm cooking this soup for 2, so I'll just add just 800 milliliters. I'm going to bring that up to the boil, let it quickly simmer, and then I'm going to add in our sweet potato and our Desiree potato as well. So this has been simmering now for 5 minutes, and then I'm just going to add in our sweet potato and our normal potato. And then we're just going to cook that there on the simmer, just turn it up a little bit, for about 10 or so minutes until it's just cooked. Then we're going to add in everything else, so the Parmesan, the capers, and the coriander with the corn, let that cook through, plate it up, and we're going to have a very delicious Ajiaco. So the Ajiaco now has been cooking in total for about 20 minutes or so. So the potatoes getting it, just cooked. It's soft still, but it's holding its shape. So now it's time, I'll get the corn in. So the corn doesn't need long, and the heat in the soup should really cook it. And now's the time to add that Parmesan in. So I add the Parmesan in and also the capers. And you just see now, just giving it a really nice stir. It's really important. So it's great with this just to have a taste, you know what I mean, to really understand what you're sort of going for. You know what I mean? It's like, it's a Parmesan and the capers giving that saltiness you want. I think it could handle personally a little bit more capers, so I'll get those in. And then of course the salt. So go easy with the salt though, because the Parmesan will have that kick to it. And it's starting to look really, really epic. So I'm just going to bring that back to the boil, finish the cooking of the corn, which back to the simmer, I should say. Finish the cooking of the corn, so maybe another minute or so, and then we're ready to serve. So we're going to put the sour cream and the avocado on, and I may as well get that coriander in there now. So just straight in like so. And to me, this is just, you know, when I was sitting in that market in Santiago, you know, talking to all the guys working there, it's a bustling place. It was just beautiful food, really interesting as well. You know, markets in South America, you know, they can be quite confronting. It's full on, especially the butchery section. And, you know, you're sitting there having this incredible soup that just, you know, makes you just feel so warm. And, you know, it's quite cold that morning and you just, you know, you felt very, it was a very pinch yourself moment to be in Santiago, experiencing that in this market, trying some dishes that are very sort of unique, but also have some, you know, familiarity to them. And I feel like, yeah, it's just a really nice way to serve this and something that I hope you guys at home enjoy. So that's come up very nicely now. I'm going to start by spooning this in. So I find that it's nice just to sort of place the bigger items at the bottom and really pour the soup over. And there we are. So you can really see that. So the Parmesan gives it that stunning sort of colour to it. So it gets that sort of, makes it look a bit murky, you could say, which really does, you know, show all the flavour that's through it. So I'm going to go in with some avocado now, like so. And then I'm going to go just on top with a really nice spoon of sour cream. So that right there is our Ajiaco vegetarian version. So, you know, using the Parmesan to really boost it to another level. The corn, you know, sweet potato, the Desiree potato, the creaminess of the avocado, which is a really interesting item in a soup. And then that sour cream, which just maximizes the flavor of that Parmesan to really bring you, hopefully, to South America and in particular to Chile. Enjoy.